Hello and welcome to the Endtimes TCG. And today we will take a look at the World of Warcraft trading card game, and I will review it, and we will take a look at the mechanics. And this video, I guess I want to title Good Artists Copy, Great Artists Steal. And this is what I'm going to talk about you. So the World of Warcraft TCG, I guess, came out in 2004. I didn't play it. Back then I was into Magic the Gathering. This was what I was playing. And I looked at the World of Warcraft TCG and it was okay, but it didn't really do something great for me. But it was funny that there was another trading card game, and it was cool. And yeah, and now I have a couple of cards, and I played a bit. And I want to talk about you what is great, what is not so great, and why I want to talk about stealing and copying. I'm thinking about making a trading card game, the Endtimes TCG. I don't know if it's called that way, but for now it's the working title. And I'm looking at many different systems. You have here Flesh and Blood versus a lot of other stuff. And sometimes people think like there's so many failed trading card games. But I looked at so many trading card games, even with big names and great artwork, and they just fucking suck. There's no fucking love in it. Sorry that I'm cursing, but it is what it is. It's just, they suck. Does this suck? No, it's cool, but to a certain extent, it's really, what is it? It's great artwork, and that's it. Let's take a look at these cards. This is drawn by Greg Capullo. Look at the great artwork. I take this, the glare. It's great artwork drawn by Greg Capullo, and I don't know who painted it, but it looks fantastic. And it's really great artwork. This is your hero. You play this in your deck, and then this is all it does. It has 28 lives, and then it says 4 mana. Or 4 resources, flip Jacob, put a target demon from your graveyard into your hand. Wow, that's so fucking underwhelming. I mean, how do I have to say it? It's just, why should I play this kick-ass Worgen Warlock? Okay, maybe this is a starter deck, and maybe I don't comprehend the full scope of World of Warcraft TCG, but this is just underwhelming. But there's other things I really love, like it's that you have Alliance and Horde, and that you have Rogues, and that you have Warlocks, like you have the 9 classes, and then within those 9 classes you have a lot of races and a lot of possibilities. That's really cool. But look, this is your hero, this is your main man. He looks awesome, and then on your turn, pay 4, flip Kyrok deal 4 melee damage to a target exhausted ally. Wow, that's cool, but I know you can't give me this every turn, but this is it. Then you flip him, and this is your hero. You put arms on him, you play allies, which we'll come to right now. This is a Worgen Warlock starter deck, and then you play lands. You play resources, and then, you play this land. It looks cool. It is a resource. Pay 3 to complete this quest, draw a card. Okay, you pay 3, you draw a card. That's cool. But it's also, I want to say fucking generic. It is generic. Where is the love in this card? Where is the, I don't know. People have intelligence. They want to use it. I mean, it's cool. Maybe you don't need. I'm not into complex games like Flesh and Blood. For me, It's okay, and I wouldn't say it's complicated, but it's not so easy to get in. Versus is also not so easy, but it's also not so complicated. And maybe for me, Magic, this is where I come from. And this is also a very big point we should talk about. Like, why should I come up with something completely new? Like, okay, you have the mana resource system from Magic the Gathering. You put down a land, you tap it so you can see what you have spent and not spent. Because in the versus system, people play open resources or face down resources, and you have a threshold and it just generates mana. Okay, then I spent, let's say, 1 mana. You don't want to tap it? You don't want to exhaust it? No, I don't need to. The game says I don't need to. Okay, so now what? Now I play something for 2 mana? How can I see how many resources you have? You need to tap this. You need to exhaust it so I can see how much mana you have spent, if you are tapped out, if you have open mana. This is a trading card language. You have to understand it's not about copying and stealing. If you copy, this comes out. You have cool heroes. I don't know where they got this from. And then they fixed the mana screw, the flood, and everything, and I'm grateful for that. But they made it also generic. And versus, well, these games, they have all good qualities and bad qualities, or in my eyes, like it's all subjective. But this is a language, and we're talking this language. If you put down a land, tap it, so I can see how much mana you've spent. And this is, we'll come here to a 1-drop. Okay, you play a 1-drop. It's a 2/1 and it's elusive. It can't be attacked. That's okay. It looks fine. It's a gnome. It's a mage. Okay. Then I put down an artifact. That's also cool. Like you have, this is an alliance ally, and then this is an artifact, and these classes can use it. This is really cool. Like, I understand. And then it has some things this does, and then this, a 4 mana 4/4. Just that, a generic creature, and it's cool. Maybe it's enough, but it doesn't excite me. I mean, and then like for 6 mana you get something powerful, 5 fire damage to each hero and ally. And maybe you can say, okay, this is common, but it's not. It's an uncommon. And it's totally generic. And then you put down, let's say, a 4 mana creature, and it's 4/4. And this is cool because it's a pet, and it has cool artwork and cool spells, and it's very flavorful. But then the art looks different here, and you can say, okay, I like this art, I don't like this art, but it's a bit all over the place, and I don't like that. And all the lands do is just, if, tap, draw a card. Again. And then 6 mana, okay? We're talking now about mana curve. You have, in this game and in other games, sometimes you have generic mana curves. Like you're putting something out every round. And I know this is just a common, and maybe it's not that good. And maybe for 6 mana, a 6/5 with a Assault 2 is good enough. But it really doesn't excite me. But there are things that are cool. Like I do like the art in this game. I do like that they simplified. You have only lands or quests. You have allies, you have heroes, you have spells, and you have artifacts. Like those 4 things. And similar to the versus system, it has the same. And we will take a look at it right after this video. But then again, a 3 mana, a 3/3, a Dwarven Paladin, and it looks amazing. It just doesn't do anything. And so the game, for me, I mean, okay, this is a starter deck, but it feels really bland. And correct me if I'm wrong. Like maybe I will take a look at other cards, and maybe that's better. But then 7 mana. Like now we're talking about finishing moves, and you give me a 6/7, and it feels really cool. And I don't want to bash it because like I know that this game had intended to have dragons and monsters that are really, really big, like 2020, 3030. So you're taking on with this guy or a couple of other heroes. Like let's say you have 3 heroes and you can take on a dragon. There was planned, or there is a PvE element. So I'm not really bashing this because it knew it wanted to go somewhere else, and maybe I will play it and I will love it. But just for what I get here, another creature, 1 mana, 1/2. Okay, this is not exciting. I mean, what can I say? You wonder why this went out of business, and maybe people played it up until 2014, and then it got made into Hearthstone, and I kind of like it, but I also kind of hate it. And like 2 mana, 1/4 protector. This is the thing. This I like because like the versus system in other games implemented this too. This is a protector, and you can tap this, so another creature cannot be attacked. This I like. This is really cool. And yeah, also talking about the language, should I invent everything new? I think not. I think great artists will steal great mechanics and put it together, and not just copy it, in a bad way. Like if I want to do a great game, I should orient myself at great artwork and strive for great things, and strive also for great card design. And that's not said that I will achieve it, but I will try. And also I have no monetary like I don't have an attachment just to print cards so that we have cards. Like everything I would do for the love of the game, and that the game can grow and thrive. And yeah, I know maybe you need some bulk, but yeah, this is my review of the World of Warcraft TCG. I kinda like it, I kinda love it, but it's also a bit underwhelming at times. And yeah, another quest, just draw a card if you control a demon. Like it's okay, but and maybe I have to take a look at the rare cards and other sets. And maybe this is a really generic starter from an early, maybe this is class meant to teach you the game. But yeah, I don't know. This if I would have been a kid for 5 mana, a 3/4, and then you draw a card, like I go play Magic. It's just much more enjoyable and more things happen. So this is the end of the video.